Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today let us discuss the subject which I had left out, discontinued it. Let me finish it. The remedial measures and charity for planets. So I had done till Jupiter. So today I'll be doing it for Venus. So we all know that Venus is a planet which represents the female entity, the ovaries, the fertility of the eggs, the marital status in a chart. Venus is the Karaka for the 7th house for marriage and married life. In the 5th house, Venus is the Karaka for romance, and in the 12th house, Venus is the Karaka for bed comfort. Or we can also understand that Venus is the Karaka for realizing the Panchendriyas. Panchendriyas are the 5 senses in this creation or in this birth time. So, firstly, the Venus, as per the Hindu community is concerned, as far as the Hindu community is concerned, is represented by the female god. All female gods and goddesses are categorized, like for example Parvati, Gauri. This is represented by Chandra, that is moon. Bhavani, Santoshima, Lakshmi. These deities are all represented by Venus, or Venus is represented by these deities in the Hindu community. So there are many shlokas or mantras which are in Vedas which are actually directly applicable. Like Mahalakshmi cha vidmahe Vishnu patne cha dhimahi tanno Lakshmi prachodayat. See, Mahalakshmi, Lakshmi Gayatri mantra. Gayatri is the grammar. The letter 3 8s are 24. So, for Bhavani, the Saundarya Lahari, 22nd, verse number 22nd of Saundarya Lahari, written by, the shloka written by Shankaracharya, is one of the best mantras as a remedial measure for most of the mantra remedies. See, every remedy is not that you give some donation, it will happen, or it will, you are mukta. Mukta means you are resolved with regard to that dosha. No, it doesn't happen like that. So some are to be, you have to sit and chant the mantra to come out of it. This is in the Hindu perspective. People can ask me, what about other communities? I'll come to it. Like for the Bhavani, Bhavanitvam dase mai vitaradrushtim sakarunamiti stotam vanchan kataiti bhavanitvam itayah tadaivatvam tasmai dishasi nija sayujya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputamakuta nirajita padam. This is the shloka which has been written in the 22nd verse of the Saundarya Lahari, which is a beautiful shloka, and 108 times if this is chanted or repeated. Why 108 times? Many people ask this particular point. Why 108 times? My Guruji would always tell me, it is 108 only because, it's not because it is 1 plus 0 plus 8 is equal to 9. That's a different topic altogether. But my Guruji would tell 108 times only because even in those 108 times, once at least you will be correct. That is why. So grammatically, the pronunciation and the grammar, the tone, the voice, the level of the pronunciation, if everything is perfect, it liberates a particular vibration inside you, which actually gives out positive vibes to you, yourself, your chart, your prarabdha karma, and then it will try to liberate you from the negativities of that particular planet. And in this case, it is Venus. So, this particular mantra of Bhavani, which I had kept it in the laptop, because if at all I made a mistake, I would want to see that and I can tell it correctly. But luckily, I did not do that mistake. So it's once again, if I repeat, it is Bhavanitvam dase mai vitara drushtim sakarunamiti stotum vanchan katayiti bhavanitvamitaya tadaivatvam tasmai dishasi nijasa yujya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputamakuta nirajita padam. So this is a beautiful mantra. Please understand the meaning of it. Please go through. You can get that online. You can put Saundarya Lahari verse number 22 and its meaning. You can get it in all languages in the world. It's a beautiful Sanskrit mantra which has a lot to do with, it's a shloka actually, not a mantra, it's not a Veda mantra. It has a lot to do with the grammatical verse and how the words have been arranged and the pronunciation. It gives a lot of strength if repeated, and chanted. Let's say 108, don't do it too much. It will create a lot of heat. So this is particularly done for setting right one's marital life, married life. So usually this mantra is chanted just after sunset or just before sunrise. Just after sunset in the evening, after you have lit the lamp, or just before sunrise. Let's say half an hour before sunrise or 45 minutes before sunrise, which is as good as the Brahma Muhurta. The 45 minutes before the 45 minutes before sunrise. So let's say if sunrise is at 6 o'clock, so 5:15 is that 6 minus 45. So it is between 4:30 to 5:15 in the morning, which is called as the Brahma Muhurta. So 48 minutes usually. Muhurta means 48 minutes. I'm just giving you an approximate time. So Venus represents married life. Extremely important this is. So to rectify married life, one's married life, this mantra is chanted. The other mantra, what I told you, was a Veda mantra. It's a very powerful mantra. That is Mahalakshmi cha vidmahe Vishnu patne cha dhimahi Tanno Lakshmi prachodayat. This can be chanted 108 times. These mantras of Veda mantras will have to be taken, a permission has to be taken from, or a diksha, what we call, has to be taken from a Guruji who has already learned the Vedas, and he has, taught you in person, not through video or not through, Facebook or any other online media. Better you get it through, a diksha through person, and then you have to do the Veda mantras. Saundarya Lahari, you can listen to it, perfect the words, and then do it. For other communities, for Venus, it is the Lord of fertility. Those lords of fertility which have been represented in those communities, are to be worshipped. And all that which are done in that ritualistic procedures or traditional cultural practices which are done in that particular community has to be followed. Like for example, Kanya Puja is done in India. For Hindus, I am telling, Kanya Puja is done. Kanya is all those young girls, school going girls are called, they are worshipped, they are given respect to, and they are given good gifts. So these are done. So I would tell, if a badly placed Venus is sitting in the 7th house and marriage is being delayed, it would be better that you go and do service in orphanages where there are young girls. So do the service. You do whatever you can. Tan man dhan. That is, you can go there, do the sweeping work. You can donate them clothes. You can give them annual fees. You can give them books. Anything which helps those girls to have some better, they will be, they need these donations, because who will do it other than us? We need to do it. So this is a remedial class. It's a charity for Venus. So you need to do it for those young girls who are, orphans they are. So we need to help them. So particularly donation of dress or clothing is very much suitable. And people can also donate for the Samuhika Vivaha, where mass marriages are being arranged by the panchayat or by the village, by the city. Some communities are arranging free marriages, because nowadays, spending on marriages also, it's so difficult for people. It's a very costly affair to book a hall and all those. So, there are marriages which are done in a community based, because where there are, let us say, mass marriages, like 30 marriages, 40 marriages are done at the same time, in the same hall, in the same church, or in the same temple. So there you can donate whatever you want to donate. You can donate the food article, you can donate dresses, you can donate juice, water, plates, whatever you can donate. So they need the donation. So if you have a bad 5th house Venus, which is bad for progeny, and 7th house Venus, which is badly posited Venus only I'm talking. If it is there and it is delaying marriage, or it is giving difficulty in marriage, difficulty in finalizing a particular groom, or repeated break in engagements, you do this, it's good for you. So also Venus means beauty. Okay, so when Venus is afflicted by Ketu, Moon is afflicted by Rahu in the charts, or Venus and Moon together being afflicted by Rahu, Saturn, retro, and all those things, these people might be suffering from eczema, psoriasis, cancers, ovarian cancers, visually or facial disfigurement. These things happen. This is a very common thing which we can see in our surroundings and in our society. If this is the case, and if you have a bad Venus, please donate or help these people. Counseling for PCOD, counseling for PCOS, counseling for those people who are unnecessarily, panicked with regard to not having children. So if you are able to counsel them, if you are able to take them to a counselor, get the counseling done, and see that they are out of this panic situation, out of those tense situations, that's going to help you a lot. So we all know that donating silver, platinum, or wearing diamond rings, all costly things. Why do you want to do all these costly things? See, you are able to do remedies which are affordable. Okay, we should not simply, please don't buy a costly ring only to come out of a cheap problem. This is one thing which I see, and it's actually a paradox. It's a joke. If you are buying a 10 lakh diamond ring only to come out of a 40 lakh debt, and now your debt is 40 plus 10, 50 lakhs. So why do you want to unnecessarily get into this? So please don't do all these. People keep calling me, shall I wear a diamond ring? I told, why do you have to go into debt, take a loan and then wear a diamond ring? You mean to say that you wear a diamond ring, something will happen, chamatkar, magic? It will not happen. So gemstones don't suddenly give you a wow, great effect. No, it doesn't give you. So please don't unnecessarily invest in those things. If you want to really do it, then if Venus is badly posited, first of all, you are not supposed to wear these things. So platinum, diamond and all these things, don't do all that. Get into the donation of milk, donate, buttermilk, donate, all these things are available, sealed and packed, very hygienic and well maintained. Donate them to charity, donate it at many places it is required, people donate these things in queues, in lines where it is very hot. Nowadays it's extremely hot. You can donate sachets of buttermilk. It's already available. Government is having those in the milk booths. You can buy them and you can donate them. People are standing in hot queues behind government offices. Give them. So they will bless you. They will bless you. See, the main point of this discussion of remedial measures is to get blessing. Okay. So this is very important. So if people are having a bad placement of Venus, avoid wearing white, bright white. So try to wear off-white, cream, light color shirts rather than wearing dark, direct, pure white. So, so if Venus is bad in a chart, once again, the remedial measure is to totally avoid cosmetics and chemicals. Do not unnecessarily wear any chemicals. This is the mistake many people do, that when it is badly posited, they get involved into wearing more cosmetics and get involved into more chemicals. Don't take free medicines. Don't suddenly take any medicine and simply toss it in. Don't do all that. Please go to the doctor. If your Venus is afflicted in the chart, the best remedy is Ayurveda rather than going into English medicine. I am not telling English medicine is bad, English medicine is good. In this case, going into Ayurveda, going into naturopathy and trying to do yoga and breathing exercises will actually reduce the problems. So I have seen that people who are having a badly posited Venus in the second and the third house have speech difficulty, because Venus also represents a sweet tone of voice. So these people can go in for speech therapy, and also you can also help those people who are going through speech therapy. So many things are there. Like also I actually told you that if Venus is badly posited in the 12th house, there will be some disturbance in the understanding of the taste buds will be like gone. You will be tasting something else. So when you are drinking lemon juice, it should not taste like tea or coffee. So the taste buds will all go somewhere. So the thing is that when Venus is badly posited in the 12th house, a person requires clear understanding and will require counseling, because when the taste buds itself are gone bad, what about the other four sense organs? The eyes, the ears, the nose and the skin, they will also have gone wrong. So they need a lot of counseling. You need to understand them. So they will not directly come to counseling. It's not easy for them to come. They will have the phobia. So you will have to slowly bring them to the counseling thing and then get it done. So the number one, charity or remedial measure for Venus, for progeny and marriage problems, which is very high with Venus being afflicted, because Venus affliction means hormones go up and down in a lot of variation. So with regard to progeny, the best would be doing simple natural exercises like swimming. If your moon is strong, do swimming. If your Saturn is strong, you walk. And if your Mars is strong, do cycling. So if these three, you can solve your PCOD or PCOS or whatever it is, you can solve it. But don't do it too much. You have to do it contained. You have to slowly start building up. People unnecessarily doing pranayama might get admitted to hospital because you are overdoing it. So breathing exercises for those people who are having the 5th house Venus, which is giving difficulties in digestion. So, and also for progeny, PCOD problems. So breathing exercises, that is pranayama, and swimming, cycling or walking, depending on how the chart is placed. For marital discomfort, the number one remedy, we all know that we have to be silent, which is not possible, we cannot keep silent, because why should we be silent? Our ego keeps telling that, you fight, your argument should win. So the best thing is to keep silent, and if you are not able to keep silent, just move away from that place where there is conflict. Do not unnecessarily continue there and get involved. So thank you very much for today's class. I have given you the scientific remedies for Venus as good as scientific remedies. I have also started it with the mantras. The Bhavanitvam was one of the best slokas which you can do for Venus. Thank you very much.